Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. So today is going to probably be quite a long video because I've got all my blue cream polishes. And yeah, there's 19 of them. So I'll probably be hanging on to just one little nail here because there's 20 on here. I'm no doubt gonna make a mess and get blue nail polish all over my hands and smudge them on the swatch wheel, but we'll see how we get on. I was going to take out 3 that I did at the very beginning. I did some mid-tone blue comparisons, but then decided to keep all 3. Blue is probably, yeah, I think I probably prefer blue to green these days, just because my skin tone and my hands are getting quite old, and blue polish seems to be a bit more forgiving with my just my skin. I think I also did did I do some like Alice type? I think I've done things like this as a comparison as well. Maybe this one, these types of, but anyway, I'm going to keep them all in because I can't remember. So we're going to keep them all in. The only ones that I know I'm not including in this video are the cornflower blues, which I've now put back into my collection. So those are the blues that have got more than a kind of dot of purple. So this is just strictly blue toned polishes, a variety from pale right through to like my palest and my darkest are these two. So there's quite a range of blues to go through. So we're going to start with this one, which is I Believe in Manicures, and although it's a pale blue, it's still, from what I can remember, quite bright, noticeable. It doesn't, I think with some pale shades they just kind of vanish into the background a little bit. They don't really stand out. Maybe that's just me and my skin tone. But when I have pale polishes, I like them to have a brightness as well. So like a white base. So that's I Believe in Manicures. This next one, having said that, is I also like muted blues, and this is definitely a muted blue. This is Elderberry. Oh God, I should have taken the lids off before I started this video. This one has not been opened for quite a while. This is a pale, it's kind of like if you had a pair of blue jeans but they were like stone-washed blue jeans. It'd be this kind of blue. Muted grey blue, but not enough grey, definitely still blue leaning. I can't speak today, probably not a good day to be doing a big long video on blue cream polishes, but I can't get this, and this needs to be cleaned. The next one, God, it's everywhere. There's bits of nail polishes everywhere. I also need to clean some of these bottles. They're really dirty, but we're going to go with it and I'll clean them after. This one is, oh, you can see the pink in here. That's interesting. So this is Snow Cone, a very famous one coat blue, and I love it. It's a brilliant formula, but you can see the there's quite a bit of purpley, pinky shade in this. I'm going to shake it up a little bit, see if that makes, no, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I need one of those. Has anybody got one of those machines that just shake up your polishes for you? I haven't got the strength these days to do that myself. Maybe I need one of those machines, those polish shaky machines. This is still an amazing formula. Look at that for one coat. You don't need any more. You know, some polishes are one coat, just one coat, and you can kind of get away with it in terms of opacity. And then some polishes are one coat where if you tried to put 2 coats on it, it'd just go thick and ruin it. And this definitely is just, you don't need any more than one coat. More than one coat would mess up the formula. So the next one here is Isabel. and this is from Ada's Nails, and this is one of those, I call them Alice blues, which kind of, it's a little bit like Alice in Wonderland's dress kind of blue. I can't remember, I should go back and watch my colour series. I think this might be, is it a cerulean blue? Possibly, maybe, I'm not sure. And this one here is Fearlessly Alice, which is definitely an Alice blue. I did do this in another video where a few people said this is the type of blue that stains quite badly. I can't remember it staining. I always wear a base coat, and when I feel as though there's a colour that's really going to be saturated like this one, I tend to either put a really thick base coat down or double up on the base coat. But this does look like it probably would be a stainer. And then we've got this one here, which is a very similar blue. This is Illamasqua Noble. And I seem to remember this is, it dries matte, this colour. I should have done this the other way around because it is paler than Fearlessly Alice. Yeah, formula's okay, but I seem to remember it being a matte polish. Those blues already. Blue is, I think it's most people's favourite colour, blue. This next one, I've got a couple of S's actually, three S's. This one's Midnight Sun, and I think this one is, it's from a fairly recent collection. Most of my polishes now are like pre-COVID, like pre-2019. I haven't been buying as many polishes. Now and again, if I see something that I really like, if I'm in TK Maxx or somewhere like that, then I might pick up a polish just for old time's sake, but I don't go out of my way to hunt down nail polishes these days. So that was Midnight Sun, which I think I might have got from TK Maxx. And then these next three here are very similar. That Pacific Blue, mid-tone, like white, mid-toned blue. Pacific Blue, this one here is, I think it's called, yeah, Damson. So we'll go with this one first. So this is a kind of comparison really for Pacific Blue as well. There isn't much in this, and oh my god, I don't think there's much left in this bottle, and the formula has gone really quite thick. Oh dear. So this is the British Barry M version of that Pacific Blue shade, but the formula is not fantastic. I don't think I've got much. I can't see from the bottle how much I've got of this left, but I'm not sure. And then we've got Pacific Blue, which is actually now down to about here. So yeah, I always, every time I swatch this, I think you shouldn't be swatching this, just get it on your weight, you know, use it on your nails. This is a one coater, so it's the shade, it's the formula, it's still absolutely amazing. I love it. Yeah, and that was Jules who sent me that from Canada. I was just over the moon when I got this in the mail. Then we've got this one, which is a little bit more purple, but still in the same colour category. This is a Julie G, and this one's called Cabana Boy. And again, I think this is quite a good formula. Very similar. Maybe not quite as opaque as the other two. But I mean, wow, those three to me look almost exactly the same. So I'm glad I've got a choice between them. Oh, that's Damson. Just amazing blues. Pacific blue, and a little bit more purple, just a touch more purple in Cabana Boy. But yeah, absolutely beautiful blues. And then a little bit darker, this one again, half the bottle. This is an old polish of mine. This is Mesmerised. I think this is probably one of the first S's that I ever picked up. However, it's got the wide brush, so maybe it's not. I know it, maybe this is a second bottle. There's only a couple of polishes that I've got in my collection where I'm on the second bottle of it, and I've got a feeling that Mesmerised might be one of them. And then I've got these 3 polishes here that I know I've done a comparison, so we're going to go through these fairly quickly again. Oh my god, Endless Blue, and I know I've opened this bottle recently. Is it, maybe I haven't got any strength left. Endless Blue from Sinful Colours. And it is a really pretty blue. The formula isn't as great on this one as I know that Freya is the one that's got the amazing formula. These are such bright mid-tone blues. So this one is Freya from Ada's Nails, and this has got an amazing formula. And the colour is just gorgeous. And then again, I've only got half a bottle of this one left, which is, I don't even need to look at the name of it. I know it's Blue Majorelle by Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent. Laurent? Yeah. Blue is just a beautiful colour. Look, but this, between the three of them, they look very similar in the bottle, but Freya just jumps off the swatch wheel there. It's beautiful. Let me put these back in order. I don't want to get them mixed up on a second coat. And then we've got 5 darker blue polishes here. Let me get them here. This one, I think it was a TK Maxx special, License to Thrill. So we're getting into the kind of navy blue category here. Oh my god, I'm desperately trying not to smudge any of the other swatches, but yeah. This is a gorgeous navy. Oh wow, this is a beautiful formula. Oh, I have to remember that one. That's a really, that would be like my autumn blue. Typical autumn blue, and that just jumped onto the swatch wheel in one coat. Amazing. This one here is You're So Euro, and this is a navy blue with, it looked like there was a little dash of purple in this one. Oh God, I'm really struggling to open some of these bottles today. Yeah, it's a little bit paler actually than License to Thrill, and the formula's not as good, but still a nice blue. All blues are nice. I don't think I've ever seen a blue that I don't like. These two look quite similar to me. Don't think, maybe it's a Claire Compares. This is Blue Rebel by Chanel, and this one here is Zoe by Ada's Nails. So let's have a look. This is the Blue Rebel. This is a muted dark blue. Chanel. These are the kind of like dark blue jeans shades, and this is Zoe. There's a nicer formula. Again, a muted dark blue. Brilliant formula. almost one coat, maybe. And then finally, the darkest one that I've got here is You Don't Know Jacket. I think this was an autumn collection from, it's the one that's got the mustard one. Is it the Washington collection a few years ago? I can't remember. It's a nice shade. The formula is a bit difficult. I think this one might be a stainer actually. Yeah. So that one is the darkest blue that I currently have. I know I've had darker navy blues, but look at that as a colour wheel for blue. I know some of these swatch wheels make just everything goes matte really quickly. But I am going to do a second coat and we can come back and just whiz through these ones again. Okay, so there we go. I've put a second coat on everything, and also just when I went to finish the second coat, I could hear the cat crying outside to get out into the garden. And as I walked past my collection, I noticed, oh, hang on, there's another blue here. Like, why have I left this out? Which I've put here. This one is OPI Grabs the Unicorn by the Horn. And I think maybe I left that out because it was a grey toned blue, but it does actually, it's more blue, so I felt as though I needed to include it. So I'm holding this very carefully not to smudge it, because that's now filled the entire wheel of 20 cream polishes. This like a third of the wheel here I think looks really quite similar, apart from maybe this one here, but these three and these three look very similar. These are the more blue toned Pacific blue and the mid-toned kind of endless blue, but similar, very similar, just a bit brighter this end and a bit whiter here. But starting here we have the OPI I Believe in Manicures. Oh gosh, I didn't decide which three I was going to keep, so I'll see if I can do that as we're going along. This one was the Elderberry, which does look very grey now in comparison, but it is blue. It's more blue than it is grey. Then we've got Snow Cone. I think I'm going to have to say this is my first one of three. It's still a brilliant formula. I think this might be a second bottle. I feel like this isn't the first bottle of Snow Cone that I've got, because I've still got quite a bit of it. That's the thing about oily polishes, they're just they're massive, the bottles are huge. But that is definitely going to be my first one of three that I keep. I think we all know that Pacific Blue is going to be the other one, so I've got one more that I can keep. Not keep, obviously I'm going to keep them, but if I was forced to only have three, I think it's interesting to think about which three I would keep, so that one definitely. Then this is Isabel by, where am I up to? I'm getting completely confused. That one's Snow Cone. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3. That one's Snow Cone. This is Snow Cone. And this one is Isabel from Ardous Nails. This is Fearlessly Alice. They've started to dry again, even the second coat. This is Noble, which is definitely more turquoisey. There's definitely a drop of a little bit of green maybe in here, but it's more blue. Midnight Sun, which is not the best formula, but I do like that shade. Yeah, it's a cool blue. It's a really cool blue. That one does look like it's a little bit green. And then we've got here, this is Damson, which I will have to get a nail polish for thinner to thin that out. Then here in the middle is Pacific Blue, and then this one here is Cabana Boy. This one is, where are we up to? I'm getting confused about where we are. That's Mesmerised. Yeah, Mesmerised, which is I've only got half a bottle left. It looks darker on the swatch wheel than it does in the bottle. Maybe not. That's Mesmerised. This one is Endless Blue. No, yeah, Endless Blue, Freya, and then Blue Majorelle. These two are really similar, but Freya is super, super bright. I might wear this one on holiday, actually. Yeah, I love it. Okay, I'm just trying to decide whether that's one of the three, but definitely Pacific Blue is. I forgot to pull it out. Wow, I forgot to pull that one out. I'll come back to Freya. This one here is License to Thrill, which is that amazing one coat navy blue. You're So Euro. Yeah, so these have all started to go matte now. That is a lovely blue as well, and not quite as dark navy as this one, but it's still dark, on the darker side. And what is that? That one is You're So Euro by UPI. This one here, UPI? OPI. What's UPI? Oh my god. This one is the Chanel Blue Rebel. This one is Ada's Nails Zoe. And this one is the darkest one that I've got, which is You Don't Know Jacket, which is a kind of play on You Don't Know Jacques, which is another China Glaze polish. And then this one is the don't pull the, what is it? Don't grab the OPI grabs the unicorn by the horn. Yeah, which is a lovely shade of blue, muted blue. That's kind of like end of summer, moving into autumn for seasonal wearers. Definitely, that one really looks grey, elderberry, but it's not. It's blue. I promise you, it's blue. The formula's not great on this one, but the shade is lovely. I'm really torn between Freya, which is a brilliant mid-tone blue. I mean, just look how bright that is. That is so bright. I might have to put that into my summer video. Oh, that's a spoiler for that one. Although I've already done the video, I think by now, possibly. I don't know. I'm confused. So it's between this one and this one here, which is that lovely navy blue License to Thrill. I don't know which collection this was from. Look at this, got the lid here. I don't know where it's from, and I picked it up purely by chance, but it is a beautiful navy and I love the formula, but that's a kind of close, almost into the top three, but I think I'm going to have to say Freya, definitely. These are the three that I would rip somebody's hand off if they were going through my collection and they were trying to steal my blue polishes from me. I would save these three. So that would be, let me see if I can find them on the swatch wheel. That would be this one, this one, this one, and this one. Yeah, then they're not, this one and this one are different enough from each other for me to choose these three. But there's my 20, so this one that's knocking at the end, the unicorn one, my 20 blue cream polishes out of the 400 that I've got left in my collection. I've obviously got a ton of polishes, blue polishes, that have got flakes, holographics, shimmers, glitters, loads of all the different types of finishes, and I'll be going through those at some point. But for me, I thought I'd have more pale cream polishes, but they've obviously slipped out of my collection without me realising. But yeah, those are my blues. Let me know what your absolute favourite blue cream polish is, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, by the way, on my nails, in case you've been wondering, it is a blue, but it's got a slight shimmer in it, so I've not included it in the creams because it's, yeah, bikini so teeny. So that's what I've been wearing in this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.